What's the funniest way a student ever got humbled by a teacher? We had this girl in history class who thought she knew everything. Not just about history, but literally everything. She'd interrupt lectures to add fun facts nobody asked for, correct pronunciation of foreign words, and always had her hand up with some random detail she Googled the night before. One day our teacher was explaining World War II when she interrupted with, "Actually, you're oversimplifying that. The real reason was much more complex." She went on this 5-minute rant about economics and politics like she was giving a TED Talk. Our teacher, Mrs. Rodriguez, had been putting up with this for months. She was a sweet lady who usually just nodded and moved on, but this time she stopped and said, "You know what? You seem to know so much about this topic. Why don't you teach tomorrow's lesson on the Battle of Stalingrad?" The girl's eyes lit up. "Seriously? Yes, I'd love to." She was practically bouncing in her seat, already planning her presentation. The next day, she showed up with a PowerPoint, printed handouts, and even wore a blazer to look professional. She got to the front of the class, clicked to her first slide, and confidently said, "Today we're learning about the Battle of Stalingrad, which happened in, She stared at her notes, then at the board, then back at her notes. Dead silence. "It was in Stalin's city?" The whole class started snickering. She kept fumbling through basic facts, mispronouncing names she'd corrected others on, and eventually just gave up. Mrs. Rodriguez stood up and said, "Thank you for that demonstration of why teaching requires preparation."